Hello, hello. So I went live with Andrea Lowenstein and it was so much fun. Now I want to do it again. And since I put all this effort into doing my hair, and by that I mean I put it in a clip, I thought I should take advantage of that and come here. Hold on, let me get comfortable. Okay, so I know a lot, well, not a lot, but I know some people wanted to be there and they couldn't because it conflicted with Launch Gorgeous. So I just want to go over above the fold so you can see that. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so above the fold, let's talk about how to optimize above the fold to keep them on the page longer. That is the only job of the content that appears at the top of your page, so before they scroll. So the first thing you want to do is make sure it loads just this section of the page within 3 seconds over cellular. So go get your phone, make sure that you cleared the cache and test your page, bring it up that way. You can also use speed test sites, Google Page Speed, stuff like that. But so do that too, and then also just bring out your phone and test it there within 3 seconds over mobile. And I don't know if you know this, but Facebook now, if you pay for an ad and someone clicks on your link and your page is slow to load, Facebook is now popping up a notification telling your potential visitor that your page is slow to load. Click this button to return to Facebook. So you're paying for Facebook to redirect your traffic back to them if your page is slow to load. So improve performance of the above the fold content. If you have images above the fold, you can optimize them with tiny PNG and size them to the size that you need. So don't make it huge and then shrink it in your sales page. Just upload it sized as you need it to be sized. Okay, then brand. You always want to include your logo. The logo builds brand recognition. So include your logo on every single page, every single piece of content that you release in a lead magnet or whatever to start building brand awareness. Menu. I know a lot of people say not to have menus. I disagree. You are going to have fast decision makers and slow decision makers, and you want to accommodate the fast and the slow. So my son is texting me and it's showing up on my screen. Okay. So I'm a fast decision maker. I practically decide if I'm going to buy before I even land on the sales page. My husband, super duper slow. Like you want to take yourself out when you have to wait for him to make a decision. So accommodate me, people like me, with menus that link to sections of the page. Don't make them have to scroll for it. That's just inconsiderate, people. Give them links to jump to it, okay? And here, I took this from AppSumo, TLDR, summarize it. Make it super easy to get what they need fast. And then here are some data points. Now, is 248 satisfied customers impressive? No, not really. But I'm not trying to pretend to be something I'm not. This is me. So there, and it's a number, and logical decision makers like numbers. So, all right, now I have to get into emotional and logical. We all make decisions based on emotion. It's a subconscious process. However, what differs is how we justify those decisions. So you have some people that justify decisions with hard evidence, data points, statistics, benchmarks. And then you have others that are going to justify with whether or not it's in line with their personal value system. So you want to include proof that is aligned with your ideal customer's dominant decision-making style. Even better, include proof for both of them on one sales page. But what I find is a lot of people rely more on reviews like this, which are great, except this isn't giving the logical decision maker the data points they want to justify it. So here, look at that pop-up. You want proof aligned with your visitor's decision-making style. But now I've gotten off topic. We're supposed to stay above the fold. Okay, so these are sections that I know my audience is interested in based on watching website recordings. So I see what sections of the page they're looking at. If you don't have website recordings, just start with these. These are probably the highest interest sections of most pages. Physical address. I include a physical address to build brand awareness. Not to build brand awareness, to build trust. So we as marketers are so used to purchasing from like who knows who, right? There's no contact, no physical presence, but non-marketers aren't used to that. We are hurting our conversions by leaving that out. So if you have a physical location that you can share, include it. I used to have an office and now I don't. So this is a UPS box, which is less than ideal because people will Google it and they'll see UPS. So it's not ideal, but it's better than nothing. And I include a phone number. This is a Google Voice number because of course you don't want to put your cell phone most likely on your website. I've only ever gotten one call and it was from a fantastic lead. They leave a message and I call them back. No big deal. Headlines. You need to create headlines that meet them where they are in the buyer's journey. So this headline is good for a problem-aware audience. A problem-aware audience is thinking about their problem. They haven't considered solutions for it. So you want to create a headline that continues the conversation in their head. So for this example, they're at their desk and like, oh my God, I've got to write sales copy and this blank page is taunting me. So that is why I focus on the problem in the headline. This is a solution-aware audience. They are thinking of their desired outcome and they're looking for a solution. So they're not, poor me, I've got this blank page. Not that there's anything wrong with that. We all go through that phase. They're like, all right, let's do something about this. So I create a headline that is focused on their desired outcome because that's what they're thinking. So in this instance, turn visitors into knicker-tossing fans with snap-fast, sales-winning copy. This is for an offer-aware audience. So they know about my offer, but they're not yet convinced to buy. So here, bring visitors to the other side of the buy button with Copy Snap's Snap Fast method. So they're focused on the desired outcome. They know about my offer, so I include it in the name to build familiarity, awareness. We'll go with that word. And then, although I don't have an example to show you, once they're aware of my offer and they come back, then I would have a headline focused on the details of my offer. So if I'm having a flash sale, I would have that in the headline along with the name of my offer. Or if there's like bonuses expiring soon, I would have that. So you can, most part, you can use the same page with Convertri. That's what I use. I can control which headline shows up by passing a parameter into the URL. If you can't do that, then I would say create different copies of the page for each stage of awareness. All right, collect, analyze, and convert your ideal customers' words into sales winning copy. This is my clarifying statement, okay? Next, you have the image. So this is not the best image for an audience that doesn't know about my offer because they're not really ready to consider it. It's not a super detailed image. So, but whatever. I was lazy, so this is what I have. But to make it better, include an image of you or someone mirroring your ideal customer that is making eye contact with your visitor. All right, so the call to action. Your call to action should be focused on the value they're receiving, not on the action required to get it. So I actually should modify this to read receive copy that converts in a snap instead of get, because get, I'm putting the effort on them to retrieve it. Whereas receive means it's effortless. I'm just going to give it to you. And then as they get closer to the checkout process, you would focus more on the action required to get it. So on the checkout page, you would have a button that reads buy now because you want to set expectations as to what's going to happen. And theoretically, they're almost convinced by the time they get there. Here, oopsie, hold on. Okay, so this is my price anchor, this line right here, without shelling out $5,000 on conversion copy. If this button takes them to the price, I want to make sure they see a larger number first. And this can be in and out of context of the price. So you could have a larger number in your headline. Anywhere on this page, I could have a larger number in one of these images that has nothing to do with the price. It will still serve as a price anchor. And what that means is the way our brains work. So you know those like jars where it says, guess how many jelly beans are in this jar? If the sign has any sort of number on it, then the guesses will be related to that number. So like maybe the winner, like maybe it says like it's a 1 out of 500 chance of winning. The guesses will be related to the number 500 because that's just the way our brain works. It makes relationships between the amount and the price anchor. So the same thing with sales pages. When they see $5,000, they're going to assume subconsciously that the price is near $5,000. And of course, when it's not, then they're just thrilled. So this is to reduce resistance and sticker shock. Okay, so include a price anchor. Note there's a $sign comma, decimal point and trailing zeros, because aside from being larger sequentially, you want to make the price anchor look larger visually. So my actual price does not have a decimal point or trailing zeros. And on occasion, I might make the dollar sign smaller or in lighter font. And if I do have to have pennies, then I will make, like, say it's something .99 cents. I'll make the 99 smaller, like what is that called? A power, a tiny number that's up higher. Darn it, I should have made an example of this. Anyway, hopefully you know what I mean. Just leave out the cents if you don't know what I mean. Okay, so price anchor, comma, decimal point, trailing zeros, dollar sign, actual price, dollar sign, because if you don't have the dollar sign, people are going to say, hey, you forgot your dollar sign. I'm like, no, I didn't. It was on purpose. So if you don't want those questions, put in the dollar sign and the actual price, eliminate the comma, eliminate the decimal point and the trailing zeros. If you'll notice, restaurants, they leave out the dollar sign, and that's because it converts better. People aren't thinking about money when you take that dollar sign away. The dollar sign is associated with loss in this instance. So even though people complain to me or come to me and tell me I forgot my dollar sign, it still works. So even if someone knows this is a price anchor, it still works on us. And then here you want proof above the fold that is, as I said, aligned with your ideal customer's dominant decision-making style. And note here, I lead with her title, Review by Copywriter. Even though my community knows Ashley and she's a highly respected copywriter, people who don't know me will come here or know Ashley. And I want to focus on her title because this is a cue that this tool is also for copywriters. And I include more cues throughout to make it clear who this is for. So you want to include titles that mirror your ideal customer's title. Include image of the person giving the testimonial to increase credibility. I know a lot of people cross them out, and I am assuming that's because they don't want to ask for permission, but no one has ever, knock on wood, no one has ever said no to me asking if I could include their message or comment on my sales page ever. And yet I am still uncomfortable asking, but it's worth it. Okay, if you want more of this is all in leak-proof sale pages. So go to voquemarketing.co/leak-proof sales pages. And because I haven't had a chance to remove the mystery bonuses, you will get that if you get to it before I get to it. And it's not because I'm trying to be like create scarcity. It's because I'm trying to stick with my words. I originally took the page down, but then I did a workshop with Andrea today. So I put it back up when someone asked me for it. Okay. All right, bye.